With the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, the Emperor of Mankind was interred into the Golden Throne, an ancient piece of technology that would keep the Emperor alive forever in a state of undeath. Ever since his interment into the Golden Throne, many of the citizens within the Imperium have wondered if the Emperor could walk amongst men once again. It would be a difficult task initially to prepare for, to say the least. The Emperor's physical body was all but destroyed in his battle with the arch-traitor Horus Lupercal, and reduced to a withered, atrophied state. While it has been suggested that the Emperor himself is a perpetual, if for whatever reason he is not, or has somehow lost his perpetuality, then either his body would need to be repaired and healed, or a new body would need to be constructed. The first possibility before constructing a brand new body for the Emperor would be to see if it would be possible to simply regenerate his current body. There are many devices that can perform such actions, most infamously the Halo devices. Halo devices are pieces of technology that were discovered within the Halo Stars region. Once one of the Halo devices is attached to a host body, the host then regenerates to the peak of their youth and health. Any physical diseases, deformities, minor mutations, injuries, and other long-term medical conditions that a host is suffering from are all healed, although in the case of replacing lost limbs, the process is slow and agonizing. The host's senses and reflexes also become supercharged, allowing them to move with an almost unnatural grace, and leaving them able to ignore all but the most grievous of wounds. The problem with utilising a Halo device to regenerate the Emperor's body, however, is the side effects associated with it. Side effects include an unavoidable descent into madness and a development of strange addictions, such as the need to consume human flesh. The body itself will eventually become altered into a more grotesque alien form, examples of which include developing an insect-like carapace, talons, and burning eyes, becoming nothing more than a beast intent on killing and feeding. Understandably, this is not an option in regards to the resurrection of the Emperor of Mankind. Another possibility is cloning the Emperor, and then transferring his consciousness into the new body. Such actions are readily utilised by the homunculi of the Xenos race known as the Dark Eldar. It is known that since the Golden Throne is failing, the Adeptus Mechanicus travelled to Camorra, the realm of the Dark Eldar, and struck a bargain with the Xenos. It's unclear what the said bargain was at this point in time, but it is possible that the bargain was to gain the knowledge to resurrect the Emperor in a similar manner to how the Dark Eldar homunculi resurrect themselves. The other possibility is creating a brand new mechanical host body for the Emperor. Now, in regards to transferring the Emperor's spirit to this body, a number of ways can be done to achieve this. One of which is to utilise the soul transference of the Dark Eldar, or even utilise an Eldar Soul Stone, similar to how the Craftworld Eldar use the souls of the dead to power up their Wraith constructs such as the Wraithguard and Wraith Lords. Another is to utilise the biotransference of the Necron Tier, although the technology to perform such actions is said to have been lost now after millions of years. Which now finally leads to the main question. Could the Emperor be remade entirely out of Cyberdongs? Firstly, we would need to define what Cyberdongs are. In this case, we are referring to mechadendrites. Mechadendrites are tentacle-like appendages utilised by many members of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are generally multi-jointed and segmented, similar in manner to the body of a millipede, to allow maximum reach and flexibility. Although many members of the Adeptus Mechanicus may often only have one fitted, theoretically one could have as many mechadendrites as their body will support. In addition to these mechadendrites, there are also nanogenous mechadendrites. Unlike their larger namesake, however, the nanogenous mechadendrites is in actuality a microfactory that is implanted within the chest of the subject, which, as a result, requires the rearrangement of the host body's internal organs. The factory begins to produce a swarm of nanobots. There are 3 different types of these nanobots, however generally only one type is utilised by the host factory. These include constructor, deconstructor, and linker nanobots. Now these little nanobots can perform actions such as rearranging objects at a molecular level to create or destroy objects, or even link directly to another being's nervous system. However, the microfactory itself is extremely fragile and can be damaged by a single hard blow to the host's chest, and as such it would require a vast amount of armor plating to protect it. Considering these Cyberdongs, as it were, still need to be grafted onto a host body, the answer is simply thus. Although his body can indeed be augmented with them, sadly, the Emperor cannot be remade entirely out of Cyberdongs.
That was the most mindless excuse for a theory I have heard in at least 20 minutes. I am having my perception of sound unsubscribed from your intensely punchable existence now, and I would highly suggest you have your vocal cords unsubscribed from your stupid dinosaur gullet as well, you awful philosophy raptor cosplayer. Fuck off immediately.